Can everybody hear me okay?
Yep.
All right, just a little bit about weather around here. Typically, if lightning's about 10 to 12 miles away from us, we start shutting things down because storms around here roll up really fast. So if the lightning is 10 to 12 miles out, you've got about 15 minutes before it's going to get here. So you've got about 15 minutes to get your ride secure, stop running, get the people off of them, and then so that's why we shut things down. Now, if you go to some of the other parks in other parts of the country, they let the lightning come in a little bit closer to them because it doesn't move as fast as it does here. We get pop-up showers here, especially in July and August, and it happens like within 5 minutes. It just ramps right up on right over top of you. So we have to be careful of that. Flash flood warning. Well, look right there. We got a flood already. Oh my goodness. All right. So Granny's house right here. That is a big prop. Is what that is. It's wood frame. They brought it in about 3 pieces and put it together. So they built all that in Kentucky, put it on a flatbed truck, shipped it down here, and we put it in place. So it's sitting on a concrete slab. It's not a real foundation, you know, brick underpinning and all that. So they did a real good job. The tin on it is real tin. They took off barns up there, so it's all weathered. It's all real authentic and whatnot. The chickens we're talking about are right here on the side underneath the window. You know, I don't know if there's any flowers left or not, but people have been stealing our little blue flowers. We knew that was going to happen. Anyway, so what we did, we also tried to include a lot of shade in the walkway here. So if you notice, this queue line's got probably more shade than about percentage-wise than any other ride in the park. So we're really trying to focus on the guest experience, keeping them cool, keeping the sun off of them in the queue lines, because we knew this was going to be a big hit. Now, how many of you, this is your favorite ride now? A few? Okay.
Not quite.
Well, what we're finding is that the 10-year-old to 16-year-old range, that when they get off the ride, they're screaming, "This is my favorite ride now." So it's really hit a chord with that demographic. So
You got Fury, you know. That's
yes, yep. Well, some of the smaller kids like that haven't ridden Fury yet, or they haven't ridden it. So
this is beautiful.
once they ride this one, yeah, and the whole point of this coaster, well, not the whole point, but we were really aiming for a family coaster here. We were also aiming for something that would run for Winterfest.
Yay.
So this one will run for Winterfest. We'll go. Yep. We needed. That's what everybody told us. We needed more capacity for Winterfest. They wanted more rides for Winterfest. So when we talked to Mock about this one, we said we need this one to run below 42 degrees Fahrenheit. Not Celsius, Fahrenheit. They talk Celsius over there. Oh my goodness! So
How low does it have to go before you can't run it?
we're gonna stop it at 32 degrees, probably 33. The problem is if you get ice on the track, that's a big problem. So once we have the potential to get ice on the track, we're gonna shut it down. So that it is if you want to come home. If you want to get stuck out there. Now, let me tell you a couple of neat things about this track that are unique to Copperhead Strike. Those of you who here has ridden it?
Woo!
All right, who here has not ridden it?
Oh.
All right, for those of you who have not ridden it, when you come out of the launch barn and go into the first loop, there's this massive hang time right there, okay?
Oh, yeah.
That is something that is unique to Copperhead Strike from any other mock ride that they have. This is the first time they did that kind of hang time.
Really?
And they didn't do it once, they did it twice. They also did it up here in the top hat. And this 82-foot height right here, it comes up, and you just hang there. You go, oh my God, what are we gonna do? We're going over, we're going forward or backward, what are we doing, all right?
What about the JoJo roll?
The JoJo roll is...
at the station.
That's the when you come out of the station, the JoJo roll is that first low speed roll you go through. That is that's not unique to. That's in another Cedar Fair ride somewhere. I'm not sure if it's
High
track.
yeah,
Dorney.
Dorney. Yes, and that's I think that's where the name came from. Is
This one has a
Dorney.
lap bar.
So there you go. So they okay, cool. And he did it, and it propagated itself. So we have a JoJo roll. How about that? So Mock will call it a heart roll, but we call it a JoJo roll. So for the guy at Dorney, there you go. See, you guys are great. You guys know more about stuff than I do. That's cool. The second launch over here. The second launch, you can see it right between the trees over here. See the little white things stick up on the track? Those are linear synchronous motors. Does everybody know how this ride works? Okay, I don't have to get in the weeds on it then. All right, but anyway, when they were commissioned this ride, they said, does everybody know what a rollback is?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Has anybody experienced a rollback on this ride yet?
No.
I have. But I did it on purpose. I had to feel what it was.
Can we do it?
Can we arrange that?
Can we do that?
Pay extra.
No. Right, I'm sure. Yes. No, we're not doing that yet. Maybe next year. Okay. It's new. Rollback scare people that don't know. This group would be great. Woohoo! Yeah. All right, but let me tell you a little bit of secret about this ride. This is the first time that Mock's done it. But if it rolls back over here in launch 2, they've got an automatic sequence that will relaunch you without the operator having to come out and relaunch you. Okay? So what it'll do, let me go through it. If you're over the hill, it will back you up, and it'll back you up, and it'll push you back out so you get a running start at the launch, and then you'll go on. Okay? If you're in the first one, it'll roll you up the hill at the top, then it'll roll you backwards. You basically have to have a running start at that launch. Okay? So it'll back you up and give you a running start at it, and then it'll go ahead and launch you. So if you're out there, don't get scared if it stops. If it starts moving, don't worry about it. You're coming home, okay? And this is the first time that Mock's done that. We asked them, can you do it? And they said, yeah! They were really kind of excited about it. Well, I'll give you a little tidbit that I got to ride it for the very first time before the Mock engineers did, because I said, hey, can I ride it? They said, sure, get on it. And then the programmer said, we haven't ridden it, we haven't tested it yet. So I got to ride it for the first time. But it was pretty cool. So if it happens, don't worry about it. The only way it should happen is if somebody hits the knee stop or something like that on the ride, or somebody opens the gate, or we have something like some unusual event. Right. So that's what's going to happen.
I thought it was like if it doesn't clear the brake run, the first brake, and doesn't that also happen?
Yes. If the block system, if the block in front of it's not clear, it will do that.
So
yes.
launch 2 is a block.
Yep. Okay. Yep. Launch 1's a block, launch 2's a block, station's a block, and also where the last brake run before the station. All right. Yeah.
So what was the issue with the train about a week ago? It kept stalling on the second launch.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
Okay,
train,
we had.
I think so. It's train 2 or train 3.
Yeah.
It wasn't not train specific. Okay, what it was is there was these launches with linear synchronous motors. You got 600, 700, 800 volts in these cables, right? So they use fiber optic links for the sensor network. So with the synchronous motor, you've got to know where this train is all the time, within probably 2 inches, 2.5 inches or so. Well, there's a fiber optic network, and one of the fiber optic modules went bad. So what it was doing is it was sitting over here, and the train was going because it didn't know where the train was. The system didn't know where it was, and it couldn't get it to move. So once we replaced the fiber optic module, everything was good again.
So are those something you typically keep in stock?
Yes, when our spare parts get here, yes. We have one on the shelf right now. Our spare wheel showed up this past week. So that's why the other train was off last week. Because we
all manufactured in Germany?
Yeah. Yes, it was.
Lots of Germany company.
No.
Yeah. Now Euromet will recover the wheels for us. There's 3 places in the world that'll recover it. Euromet's one of them. So we've got wheels out Euromet. We've also got I think 18 new wheels in the shop now. So we shouldn't have any more trouble with wheels. So yeah, once the weather decides to let us run, it should be good. All right. Yep. Oh no, they're trapped. Okay.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yep. All right. My plan was to walk over here. It's awful muddy.
What about?
Thank you.
Go through the grass, it looks a little dry.
Yeah. My wheelchair guy's not gonna be able to do that. You okay? I can tell you. We're just gonna go over here to the. We're gonna go to the restroom. Actually, I'm gonna go through this gate and go all the way back to the back warehouse. Is where I'm gonna go.
Okay.
If you want to.
Coming back this way?
We are.
Okay, I'll park this way.
Huh? Okay. I'm not sure how you back. Do you know the water park? Yeah. I'm not sure what's in your way if I tell you to go around.
You don't know what you have with that.
That's mud.
I know that.
Oh. This is the conduit right here. That's the pipe. So.
Oh, they're starting the ride.
Oh, it's starting to ride?
They're starting the ride.
If you want, I'll leave it here. Oh, we'll come right back this way. All right.
They're testing.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, good. Excellent. All right. You'll be able to see it from down there also. So, if you want to, we'll continue the tour that way, but you've got to walk through the planter. No, hey, stand on the sidewalk. Yeah, you go through the planter like that. That's fine. Yeah, go for it. That'd be better. There you go. Just, if you want to go, we're going to go that way, okay?